Hey guys, so welcome to this video. This video is going to be teaching you about nutrition. I'm going to be going through a lot, so make sure that you pay very close attention. And well, let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about something that I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, and it's been very well. So as many of you know, who's been with me for a while, that I count macros, which is basically counting the protein, carbs, and fats in foods. And so every day I have a allowed number of about 200 grams of protein to hit, 450 grams of carbs to hit, and about 60 grams of fat to hit. And we're gonna round it to calories. It's gonna be 800 calories here. This is gonna be 1800 calories here, and this right here is gonna be 60 times 9, 540 calories. So it gives you a total of 2600, 3140 calories a day. That's how much I'm having to maintain and actually kind of lean out a little bit as well, because as many of you know, I'm getting a little leaner. Okay, so today I want to show you something new that I've been doing, and it works very well. This is probably a very flexible way, probably the most flexible way of eating, in my opinion. And it's gonna work very well for all of you. So before I go into it, there is something that I wanna teach you. And it's gonna be about counting calories. So counting calories is gonna be very, very important. When you count macros, you're also counting calories, because macros are just what makes up the specifics of calories. Because every time you count 10 grams of protein, that's 40 calories. Every time you count 100 grams of carbs, that's 400 calories. And when you add it all together at the end of the day, it's going to be a total of a certain number of calories. So as long as you are on a caloric deficit, that means that you're eating less than your body is burning, then you are able to lose weight. Of course, you have to eat a certain amount, not too little, and of course, not too much. If you eat too much, of course, you're gonna be gaining weight, right? So you wanna make sure you have just the right amount of food every day. So I wanna tell you a story. This is a very cool story. It's about a professor, and a lot of us fitness professionals, we know this story. A nutrition professor, so he, as like I just said, he's a nutrition professor. That means he knows his stuff, right? And what he did was he embarked on a 2-month journey to lose weight, but he only ate Twinkies for 2 months. That's right. He didn't have any chicken, no rice, nothing. All he had every single day was Twinkies. But he made sure that he had about 1,800 calories a day. And for him, he usually consumed about 2,600 calories a day on a usual day. So he was on a 800 caloric deficit, which is a little bit too much in my opinion. But because he was eating less calories than he's used to, even if it's from Twinkies, he did it for 2 months and lost 27 pounds eating Twinkies every single day. So why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because I want to impart on you that it doesn't matter what you eat. You'll lose weight if you're on a certain calorie range a day. So that also brings me into the subject that eating healthy is great, and I condone eating healthy over eating Twinkies, of course. But if you're eating healthy foods, but you're eating too much of those healthy foods, you can also be maintaining or even gaining weight if you're eating too much healthy foods. So like, for example, if you were to have, this is a good example, if you were to have 5 pounds of almonds a day, right? Almonds. So if we look up nutrition fact for almonds, right? Basically, every 1 ounce of almonds has about 1 ounce calories, has about 162 calories for 1 ounce. So that means that if someone eats 5 pounds, right? So we did 162 times 16, then this is, by the way, 1 pound of almonds. And then times 5. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. So if someone were to eat 5 pounds of almonds a day, they would get in 12,960 calories a day. But almonds are healthy for you, right? But you eat too much of it, you can be gaining weight as well. So nuts have a lot of calories. You want to be careful with nuts. Even if you eat just 1 pound of almonds, right? So 1 ounce is 162 times 16. 1 pound of almonds, guys, has 2,600 calories. And when I send you your calories, you're going to realize that all of you, well, I would say like 99% of you will not be eating 2,600 calories a day. So that's something that I want to go over as well, is that even though you might be eating healthy, right? If you're not counting your calories, you might be eating too much and it won't help you in your weight loss journey either. Okay, so another thing that I want to go over as well is going to be this these little notes here. So this is good knowledge for you to know, to tell your family, tell your friends, tell everybody. So number 1, calories will be the true underlying factor to any diet. So this means if you're doing keto, if you're doing intermittent fasting, if you're a vegan, if you're a vegetarian, if you're on the carnivore diet, which is basically just meat, if you're on Atkins, right? Any diet in the world, the most important thing is to be at a certain calorie range. Now, the reason why keto works very well is because people on keto are limiting themselves from carbs. And so they're limiting themselves from choices. And because of that, they can't have ice cream, they cannot have cereal, they can't have candy and cookies, they have carbs. They're already limiting their caloric intake by changing their plan. People on intermittent fasting, right? If they're fasting for 18 hours of the day and they're only eating for 6 hours, that limits how many calories a day they can get. But even for someone that is on keto, right, they still have to be on a caloric deficit. That's how you lose weight, is being on a caloric deficit. So I love showing this example right here. This is a good example. So cheese, keto, right? That's for ketos. 2 ounces of cheese. Nutrition facts. Let's check this out. Whoa. Okay, I don't think this is right, but let's look at this one. That's more right. Okay, so 2 ounces of cheese is 229 calories. Get our calculator out. Let's see how much a pound of cheese is. It's 229 times 8. Okay, so let's use 2 pounds times 2. Okay, so if someone eats 2 pounds of cheese a day on keto, that's 3,664 calories. Even though it's a keto food, cheese, they're not going to lose weight because they're eating too much cheese now. Does that make sense? And it's the same concept with someone doing, oh, there's my dog. It's the same concept with someone doing intermittent fasting. If they eat 2 pounds of cheese in 6 hours, and that's all they ate, that's still too many calories. They're still going to gain weight. So no matter what diet you choose, you still have to have a certain range of calories. And that's how you're going to consistently drop weight. So that's number 1. Calories will be the true underlying factor to any diet. That's the very foundation. Okay. Number 2, timing of your foods do not matter as long as your calories are plus or minus 50 what I give you. But usually when I send out someone's calorie range, I'll write something like this, 1,500 to 1,600. So this right here means that this person, I want them to have a minimum of 1,500 calories and a maximum of 1,600 calories. So if they're somewhere in the middle, they're like, at 1,550 for the day, that's okay. They're at 1,545, that's okay. 1,580, that's okay. 20,000, that is not okay, right? So as long as they're within that range, they're completely okay. So timing your foods do not matter. This means that yes, you can eat late at night if you want to, if that fits your life. That's why people do intermittent fasting. Some people do 4 hours of intermittent fasting. They fast for 20 hours and they eat for 4. Do I condone it? I condone it if it fits their lifestyle and it's helping them lead a healthier life. Yes, I do condone it. But if they're doing it for the sole purpose of losing weight and someone just told them that's the only way to do it, then I don't condone that because it's not the only way. People only do it if it fits their lifestyle. Like for me, fasting doesn't fit my lifestyle, so I don't do fasting. But if it did fit my lifestyle, then I would do it. I really would. Same with keto, right? If I didn't like eating carbs, then I would be on keto because I don't like eating carbs. But I love carbs, so keto is not the way for me, but it might be the way for you, as long as you're on a certain calorie range a day. Okay, number 3. In this plan, we will be counting as well protein. So we'll be counting 2 things, calories and protein. That's it. It's very, very simple. Calories / protein. So when you look at nutrition facts, all you gotta look at is the protein and the calories. It's so easy. You're just gonna do basic math and add things up as you go. I will do a example at the end of this video on how to track your calories and protein. And it's not MyFitnessPal or nothing like that. It's actually very, very simple. So number 3, protein is essential to building muscle. If you're with me as a client, then that means that our goal is to build muscle. And so if our goal is to build muscle, we need the building blocks of muscle building, which is protein. Getting enough protein every day. Okay, number 4. This is part of nutrition talk as well. 0-calorie things are fine. Do not overthink them unless you have an underlying condition. So that means that you're born with a condition where if you have, artificial sweeteners, it would mess your body up, and you'll know because you're now an adult, and so you'll know if you can have it or not, right? You'll know. So I like to tell the story. It's the 10 cans of Coke versus 10 cans of Diet Coke story. So let's say that I have 2 brothers, right? I have Steve and I have an Eddie. Steve and Eddie are both already eating 2,500 calories a day to maintain their weight, right? They're both doing that. Now, here's an experiment. Steve is gonna have 10 cans of Coke a day. Yes, real Coke with the sugars. 1 can of Coke has about 140 calories. So 10 cans of Coke is gonna be 1,400 calories. So that means that Steve is now eating his 2,500 calories plus 1,400 equal 3,900 calories a day. Okay, that's what changed Steve's life. Eddie also eating 2,500 calories. He's gonna drink 10 cans of Diet Coke a day. 1 can of Diet Coke is 0 calories. So that means 10 cans is also 0 calories. So Eddie is going to be eating 2,500 calories plus 0 calories from the Diet Coke. So he is still at 2,500 calories. So let's fast forward about 6 months. 6 months later. So Steve eating about 4,000 calories every single day for 6 months. Eddie still at 2,500. And we fast forward 6 months. 6 months later, Steve gained 50 pounds because he was having, real sugar with calories added on top of his normal day routine food. So Steve gained 50 pounds from 10 cans of Coke. Eddie weighs the same. So let's say they both go to the doctor. Whose health do you think is better? The one that gained 50 pounds drinking Coke, right? Real sugar, versus Eddie, who had artificial sweeteners, which is bad for you. Yes, it may be bad for you if you drink too much of it, but no one is drinking too much of it. And to this day, there's still no study that says that is detrimental to your health for healthy individuals. For those who have underlying health conditions, that's a different story. But that's something for everyone. If someone has kidney problems, they can't have too high protein. So we're all different human beings, right? We're all special in our own way. So fast forward 6 months, Steve gained 50 pounds. Eddie weighs the same. Steve's the one that's going to have worse health because he was drinking real Coke, real sugar every day. Now, of course, the best way is to just drink water, right? Drink water and unsweetened tea. That's the best way. If we can all do that, if you can do that, you do that. But for most people, they can't do that for the rest of their life. And so if I were to have someone pick between Coke and Diet Coke, I would tell them to go with Diet Coke because at least they're not getting the extra sugars and gaining the calories and the weight that comes along with the Coke. Okay, so that is my 2 cents on artificial sweeteners. Is that if you were to choose, Diet Coke is the lesser evil versus real Coke. So diet drinks are the lesser evil of real drinks because at least you're not associating the weight gain from the diet drinks. Okay, now let's go into the important thing. So counting calories and counting protein. It's a very easy concept to do. What did I just say? It's a very easy concept to do. There you go. So let's do this. Pretty simple. How to keep track of your calories and protein. So for me, right, my calories, 3,140 a day. I'm just going to say 3,100 to 3,200 a day. My protein is 200 grams plus. I made a little change there, huh? I put a plus. That means that my bare minimum every day is just to get 200 grams minimum. So how do we do this? Let's do this. So let's say it's morning time and I decide to go to Starbucks, right? And I decide to get myself, let's see what Starbucks has these days. Okay, I'm gonna give myself an egg and cheese protein box. So it has 460 calories. All I'm gonna do is put 460 here. And this will be your phone, by the way, like a little notepad in your phone. Notepad in your phone. So you can keep track of it because we all have our phones with us constantly, right? So I'll put 460. I'm not gonna care about the fat or the carbs. I'm gonna look at the protein though. It says 23. Okay, good. So I'm gonna put 23 right here. All right, guys, OCD. Good. And that's where I'm at so far. And then, you know what? Let's say that that's not enough food for me, a egg and cheese protein box. I also want a holiday turkey panini. I don't know even how I'm saying that right. A panini. It has 540 calories. So 460 plus 540 is, yes, it's 1,000. It has 30 grams of protein. Nice. So 30 plus 23, I'm at 53. My breakfast is done. I got 1,000 calories from Starbucks from breakfast. Dang, that's pretty good. All right, and then let's say that it is about like 11 a.m. and it's time for a snack. I'll have a 1 bar. Let's see, 1 bars. I love 1 bars. These are really good. This is one of my favorite ones, the Almond Joy one. This is a good one. So nutrition facts. It's like this. Isn't that cool? Whoa, don't know what happened there. No, let's just click on this. It'll pop up. Of course it doesn't. Okay, that popped up, but you can't really see it. Okay, so calories, 230. So I'm gonna add to my calories. I'm at 1,000 so far, 1,000 plus 230. I'm at 1,230. The protein has 20. I know you can't see it, but it says 20. So my protein now is at 73. And then the gym is pretty close to Chipotle. So let's go to Chipotle for lunch. I go to Chipotle. I love Chipotle because they have a little nutrition calculator thing. So Chipotle, nutrition. Let's take a look. I'm gonna get a bowl. I'm gonna get chicken. I'm gonna go with double chicken. Yeah, go double. And then I'm gonna get some black beans for some fiber, tomatoes, vegetables. I'll get some corn, get some tomato, whatever that is, lettuce. I like spicy, so more spiciness for me. And you know what? I'll add some rice, get some rice in. And the last thing is, I do want a little bit of guacamole on it. So I'll just go full serving, the full serving guacamole. So right here, it's cool. 1,105 calories. So 1,230 plus the 1,105 is 2,335. And then the protein is 82. Nice, huh? That's a lot of protein. 73 plus 82, 75 plus the 80, 155. Not bad. And that'll be like my 2 p.m. lunch kind of thing. Then, you know, it's time to start boot camp or personal training. And then after that, I'm gonna go home. So when I'm home, I'm gonna get myself some salmon. Salmon sounds good. Guys, relax. I'm out of control these days. Okay, salmon. So I pulled up this site. It's called calorieking.com. It's a very cool site. Type in calorieking.com. Right? This pops up. And you're gonna put in the food that doesn't have a nutrition fact. So you can't see the calories and the protein for it, right? So let's say that I want to have salmon that night. Type in salmon. I'm gonna pick Atlantic salmon raw because I'm gonna weigh it raw. I'm gonna get 8 ounces of this. So 1 ounce. Guys, relax. Okay. Sorry. Okay. They're little animals. They don't know. So ounces 8. Go over here. 415 calories. So I'm gonna add the 415 here. That becomes 50, and that becomes a 7. And then the protein is let's see, 45. Oh, look at that! I'm exactly at 200. Oh yeah, virtual high five. And then I still have about 400 calories left. So for my 400 calories, I'm gonna go with some rice. I feel like salmon and rice sounds pretty good. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. So rice, I'm gonna go with 2 cups of rice. So 1 cup of rice, 200 calories, 206, 200 about, and 4.3 grams of protein. So because I'm gonna have 2 cups, this becomes 400, and the protein goes from 4 to 8. So 8, and then 3,150. I'm done for the day. That's counting calories and protein. And this is a very easy way to stay on track. All right, let's go through another one. I'm actually having some fun with this. Okay, so let's say it's morning time. I'm gonna have my coffee. You know what? This is what I usually have. Fairlife chocolate milk. I love this one. This is so good. What I do is I usually have 2 servings. So 1 serving is 140 calories. 2 servings is 280 calories. So I'm at 280 here. Protein is 13 times 2, 26. I mix it with my cold brew coffee, which has, well, it has no calories, so I'm good there. And that's where I'm at in the morning. And I'll probably sip, I have it right here actually. Oh, there you go, I'm sipping on it right now. And then, right now I'm in love with this, Dimetized Fruity Pebbles. Yeah, Fruity Pebbles. It's pretty good, I like it. And I'll have, I'll get 2 scoops of this. So if you take a look, calories is 110 and protein is 25. 2 scoops, 220 calories. So this is 500 now. 25 times 2 is 50. 50 plus 26 is, yes, 76. And I will mix it with my chocolate milk again. So actually, I actually like to mix it with actual milk. Yeah. I like the 1% ones. This is good enough for me. I don't like the whole one. It's just personal taste. So in this one, I usually use about 2 servings for 2 scoops. So 100 calories for 1 serving. That becomes 200, right? 100 times 2 is 200. Protein is 13. 13 times 2, 26. So my protein is at 102 so far. And that's 700 calories. Okay. So that's my protein shake of the day. Then let's say I go home and I have my Prestige Labs, right? So let me go over there. Who did I send the last to? Yeah, send to Judy last. Go Judy's. Sweaty selfie. Judy's doing great. This is what I use for my lunch, guys. So easy. So let's see. Where is my salmon? I know I love salmon. It's just one of my favorites. Where's my salmon at? I'm having a moment, guys. Oh my. There it is. Okay. I'll go with 6 ounces. So 6 ounces of the salmon right here is 390 calories with 37 grams of protein. Now I actually have 2 for lunch. Got big appetite. So 390 times 2 is 780 calories. 700 plus 780 is, that's right, 1480. The protein is 37. 37 times 2. Yes, that's going to be 74. 74 plus 102, 176. That'll be my lunch. And then by that time, it's going to be around time to get my snack again. So for my snack, go probably another 1 bar. But you know what? Actually, I feel like probably having like a protein cookie. That sounds kind of good to me right now. A protein cookie. I hope you guys see this is very easy to do. You're just counting the calories and the protein and then just adding up as you go. Let's see. Where's the one that I like? Here it is. This one I like. The oatmeal one. Love the oatmeal one. Okay. So this one. 1 cookie. I'll probably have 2 cookies. So 1 cookie is 250 calories and it has 15 grams of protein. I'm gonna have 2 cookies. So that's 500 calories, right? So 1480 plus 500 is 1980. And then 15 times 2 is 30 plus 176, 206. Bam, easy. I hit my protein for the day already. But I still have 1,000 calories left to play around with. So that's gonna be my little snack. And then I'll do my boot camp, my personal training, and I'll go home. So now that I'm home, I'm driving, I'm on the way home, and you know what? I kind of want some fast food just for the day. I haven't had In-N-Out for like, I don't know how long it's been since I had In-N-Out. It's been maybe like 6 months. So I'll go In-N-Out. I'll go to In-N-Out. I'll get myself a double, and not the protein style, like a regular double. So with that, it's 670 calories and 37 grams of protein. So right here, I'm at 43 protein. 670 plus 1980 is going to be 2650. This is kind of fun. We can play math games together, huh? See who. Let's kind of race to see who can add the numbers faster. So that's my calories so far. And then I'll probably get French fries. Yeah, if it's French food. French fries, 370 calories plus 2,650. That becomes 3,020. And then the protein is 6, so I'm at 249. And you know, 3,020. I'm done for the day. I'm pretty good there. I'll stop there. I mean, it's pretty close to 3,100. Yeah, so I'll stop there. That will be like my second day. Now, mind you guys, that this is a very flexible way of eating. You just have to know the protein and the calories to the food you're having. That's all you gotta know. And the rule is, if you don't know how much protein or calories it has, then leave it. It's best to leave it. It's best to know what you're having exactly. And that way you guys can stay on plan. And this is very good. Right now I'm making this video in the middle of the coronavirus. So with our foods out there, it's limited options. We can't really get chicken whenever we want to. We really can't get, eggs anymore and all this, bread, everything's out, the potatoes. It's very important to find ways to eat. And this is one of the ways to eat. I've been doing this for the past like 2 weeks, 3 weeks so, and it works the same as counting macros. Okay, so if you're ready for this, then you're gonna text me back. The secret phrase is "I'm ready." Secret phrase of this video is "I'm ready." And also, I want to show you too, counting macros. So, for those of you who think this is complicated, counting macros is probably 3 or 4 times more complicated than what I'm showing you right now. And the results are about the same, which is the funny part. So counting macros. Counting the protein, carbs, and fats in foods, right? So that means that every day I would be, this is like 3 weeks ago, and macros. I would make these my macros: 200 protein, 450 carbs, 60 fat. So if I had this French fry right here, I would know it's 15 grams of fat. I know it's 52 carbs. And I know that it's 6 grams of protein. If I had the double, I know it's 41 grams of fat. Oh my goodness. 15 plus 41, 56. 52 plus 39, anyone. Just trying to race you guys. 37 plus 6, 43. That's where my macros are at so far from the in and out. And basically that means that you would have to know the protein, carbs, and fats in the foods and add it up and make sure you don't go over, you're not under. So it's much more difficult to be on counting macros versus just counting calories and protein plus. So protein plus means that's just the bare minimum. You can go over, to 220, 250, that's okay. Remember, these are my numbers. You gotta text me, I'm ready for your numbers, okay? So don't use my numbers, because you use my numbers, you'll probably gain weight. Don't use my numbers. And another thing too is, this is for people who are probably wondering, well, what if I eat too much carbs or fat? This is my answer. So on a normal person, usually your range will be close to 1,700 calories. Depends on the person, of course. And with someone on 1,700 calories, I would put them on about 140 grams of protein. So that means that 140 grams of protein times 4, you're doing the math thing, it's going to be 640. No, it's not. Wait, no, it's not. Oh, I did a mistake there. It's 560. But hold on. I'm like rushing math in my head because I'm trying to beat you, but okay. So this is 560 calories. We take this minus the 560, 1,700 calories, your total calories of the day, minus 560 is 1,140 calories from carbs and fats. This is not a lot of calories from carbs and fats. So let's say that if you were to have half and half, right? So 570 calories divided by 4 is 142 carbs. And half is pretty, it's a good rule, half and half. But like I said, it doesn't really matter on this plan. And then 570 divided by 9 and 63. So that means that as long as you're hitting your protein, which is 140, this is kind of a range of how much carbs and fats you can have. If you have more carbs than this, you're going to be having less fat. You have more fat than this, you're going to be having less carbs. So just to put this into perspective, I'm going to do it. Those of you who's been with me for a long time, you know what I'm gonna do. BJ's Bazooki. Oh my goodness. BJ's Bazooki. So in the BJ's Bazooki, is our trusty Calorie King. There it is. It has 172 grams of carbs and 45 grams of fat, basically 1,150 calories. This right here, right? This is how much someone has left after hitting their protein. So that means that this person, and also another thing I want to mention too is when you have your protein, it's gonna have fat or carbs with it. So you'll probably never find a source that's pure 140 grams of protein. Even this, even my protein right here, right guys, it has 0 fat, yes, and 1 gram of carb. So, but that means, are you really gonna have 6 scoops of this for 150 grams of protein with 0 carbs and 5 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs? Like, you're not gonna do that. So it just makes more sense. And also, that's what I meant by when you have your protein, it's gonna be combined with fats and carbs, no matter what. So you won't even be left with 1,140 calories left after you do your 150 protein. You're gonna be left with less calories. And so for those of you who are scared of eating too many carbs or too much fat, as long as you're within your calorie range, you won't be able to have that much, as much as you're scared to have. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So this is the plan, guys. This is the most easiest way to track your food. It's the easiest way to track your progress. It's like counting macros in the most simplest way with the results that are just about the same. That's the cool part is the results are just about the same. As long as you're counting your protein, of course, and you're sticking to your calories for the day, okay? So remember, secret phrase of the video is I'm ready. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you for sticking it out. I know this is a longer video, but nutrition is the most important part. So it is, of course, going to be the most talked about part in this coaching program that I'm doing with you. All right. Talk later. Bye.